Reiki. Reiki is a Japanese energy healing method developed in the early 20th century by Miko Usui. It is based on the idea that a universal life force flows through the body, and that stress or illness can appear when that flow becomes restricted. During a session, the practitioner places their hands lightly on specific areas, such as the head, chest, and abdomen, holding each position for several minutes. The goal is not to manipulate muscles or tissue, but to encourage deep relaxation and allow the body to return to a balanced state. Reiki is widely used today in wellness centers and is sometimes included in hospital settings as a complementary practice to reduce anxiety and discomfort. Reiki. Reiki is a Japanese energy healing method developed in the early 20th century by Miko Usui. It is based on the idea that a universal life force flows through the body, and that stress or illness can appear when that flow becomes restricted. During a session, the practitioner places their hands lightly on specific areas, such as the head, chest, and abdomen, holding each position for several minutes. The goal is not to manipulate muscles or tissue, but to encourage deep relaxation and allow the body to return to a balanced state. Reiki is widely used today in wellness centers and is sometimes included in hospital settings as a complementary practice to reduce anxiety and discomfort. Pranic Healing. Pranic healing is a structured system created by Choa Kok Sui that focuses on cleaning and energizing the body's energy field. It teaches that the body has an aura, an invisible layer of energy that reflects physical and emotional health. Practitioners begin by scanning this field with their hands to detect areas of congestion or depletion. They then perform sweeping motions to remove what they consider dirty energy, followed by techniques to project fresh energy into the area. Specific breathing exercises and visualizations are often used to strengthen the effect. The method is detailed and step-based, making it one of the more systematized energy healing practices. Qi healing. Qi healing is rooted in the principles of traditional Chinese medicine, where health depends on the smooth flow of qi through pathways called meridians. When this flow is blocked, symptoms such as fatigue, pain, or emotional imbalance may appear. Practitioners work to restore this flow using techniques like guided breathing, gentle hand movements, or movement-based practices such as Qigong. Sessions may involve slow, repetitive motions combined with focused attention on specific parts of the body. Unlike some other methods, Qi healing is often practiced as a daily routine, not just as a treatment, helping individuals maintain long-term balance. Therapeutic touch. Therapeutic touch is a modern method developed in the 1970s by Dolores Krieger and Dora Kuntz, designed for use in clinical environments. Practitioners move their hands a short distance above the body to assess the energy field, often described as sensing warmth, tingling, or resistance. Once imbalances are identified, they use slow, intentional hand motions to smooth and rebalance the field. Sessions are usually brief and structured, making them suitable for hospitals or nursing care. It is one of the few energy healing practices that has been formally taught in some healthcare training programs. Healing touch. Healing touch is a hands-on energy therapy developed by Janet Menken, also with a focus on integration into healthcare settings. Practitioners use a series of defined techniques, including light touch on the body and sweeping movements through the surrounding energy field. Each technique targets specific concerns, such as stress, pain, or emotional tension. Sessions often begin with grounding exercises and may include guided breathing to help the person relax. The structured approach, along with certification programs, has helped standardize the practice across different practitioners. Crystal healing. Crystal healing involves placing specific stones on or around the body to influence energy flow. Each crystal is believed to have a stable vibrational pattern due to its internal structure, and this pattern is thought to interact with the body's energy field. For example, clear quartz is often used for general balance, while black tourmaline is associated with protection. In a typical session, crystals may be placed along the body or aligned with energy centers, and the person remains still for a period of time. The practice is commonly used alongside meditation, where the presence of the crystals helps focus attention and intention. Chakra healing. Chakra healing focuses on balancing the body's main energy centers, a concept that comes from yoga philosophy and Hinduism. There are typically 7 primary chakras, each linked to specific physical areas and emotional states, such as the heart chakra for relationships or the root chakra for stability. Practitioners may use techniques like guided visualization, breathing exercises, sound, or hand placement to address imbalances. For example, focusing on the throat chakra might involve vocal exercises or affirmations. The goal is to ensure that each center is open and functioning properly, allowing energy to move freely through the body. Shamanic energy healing. Shamanic energy healing comes from traditional practices found in many indigenous cultures, where the healer, or shaman, works with spiritual and energetic forces. The process often involves entering a focused or altered state of awareness through rhythmic drumming or chanting. In this state, the practitioner may visualize retrieving lost energy, removing negative influences, or restoring balance to the person's spirit. Unlike more structured modern methods, shamanic healing varies widely depending on the culture it comes from, but it generally views health as a connection between the physical body, the mind, and the spirit world. Magnetic healing. Magnetic healing gained attention in the 18th century through the work of Franz Mesmer, who proposed that an invisible magnetic force flows through living beings. Practitioners believed that illness occurred when this force was disrupted. Treatments involved moving hands over the body or using physical magnets to influence this flow. Although Mesmer's original ideas were later challenged, the concept introduced the idea that invisible forces could affect health. This early theory influenced both later energy healing practices and the development of hypnosis.